What is up, Team Happy and Fit? It is my favorite night of the week. I love meeting with all of you. I think that this community is so incredibly powerful. I need to give a shout out. So many of you posted your transformations today. If you put a transformation up today, can you comment in the comments? Because I was blown away. David Beck, yours was incredible. I loved it. It was so good. You actually posted two. Brittany, I saw you post one. Ashley, I saw you post one. Liz, I saw you reposted a powerful one of Holly, which was amazing. It is just so incredibly encouraging to see that. Laura posted a really good transformation as well. I was really proud of you for that one. So way to go on that. That is everything. Remember that it's Beat Your Best this month, your best month of Success Club, whatever that looks like. You need to have a plan with your Success Club. So if you want to hit Success Club 6, that's helping 3 people with a challenge pack or an accumulation of Home Directive 90 PV. So you could do 3 boxes of beach bars on a Home Direct, and that is 2 points. You can definitely help someone that way, but you have to create and cultivate a plan. What have I done? And Brittany Burmeister asked me this yesterday, is I've been interacting with more people through Instagram, through hashtags, even through my life group, my church, seeing who's liking their posts, and then following and liking people that are already a part of my community that I haven't befriended on Instagram. I don't even know them, but we're in the same circle as far as our church goes. So that's been a place I've been hanging out today. One, I want to get to know more of those people in general. So that's what I've been doing. You have to have that plan. So maybe you need to start 10 new conversations every single day. And I just got done talking to Ashley. First of all, huge shout out to Ashley and Lisa. They created their community group, and I'm really pumped about it. They're doing the confidence movement, which I freaking love. Like, I love the name of it. And I was helping Sydney, who is a coach with Ashley, about how to market her community group. And I'll talk a little bit more about this later. But it all has to do with your story. What does your story have to do with lacking confidence or craving confidence? That's how you're going to talk about your community, right? That's how you're going to get excited about that. So Sydney, welcome to our team. This community is everything because they're going to help you get fit at life. And I'm not just talking physically, I'm just talking at life. And it's so powerful to be able to do that with a group of people who just want to be better. And for those of you who are in the comeback crew, welcome back. It is so good to have you back. It's never too late. I know life happens. I know things go on, but give yourself a little bit more credit that you're here. Like, that is everything. For those of you who are revamping things, congratulations, because that's what you need to do sometimes. You need to create a plan B, C, D, etc. And as you do that, you'll get more confident in what you do. When I first started, I wasn't fully confident in my groups. I didn't like them. I don't think anyone else liked them either. And with time, I shifted, molded, and got better at it. And so if you are feeling a little bit stuck or frustrated with what you're doing, all you have to do is shift. All you have to do is make another plan and see what everyone else is doing and find something that will set your soul on fire. And this is my question to you. Do you feel your best when you're frustrated? Do you feel your best when you're stressed? Do you feel your best when you're anxious? Do you feel your best when you're overwhelmed? You don't. So don't make that your option of where you go. If you're feeling frustrated with your groups, don't be led by the frustration. Because if you're being led by the frustration, guess what you'll want to do? Quit. You won't want to show up for the other person. You've totally lost your mission and vision with it. So instead of being led by the frustration, be led by the mission. I want to make a difference. And maybe the group of people that I have aren't ready. Maybe I'm trying to handhold. Maybe I'm trying to drag them along and they aren't my people. I need to shift my focus back to my mission and who is it that I want to help. I was just talking to Sydney about this. I said, Sydney, who were you before this? She told me, Sydney, I hope that it's okay that I share this. I think it's a powerful visual for others. Sydney is a brand new coach, and this is what we talked about. We talked about, first of all, she's a mom of 2. So can we just like give her props for that? She's a 2-year-old and an infant. Yep. What up? Right. All my other mamas out here, like, you know what's going on. That's hard. That's the business. That's ready. Right. And by the way, Sydney, I can think of, look at that Morgan Brill with Liv right there. Little baby girl. Love her. Right. Liz Colborn is pregnant and also has Beckham, who's now a teenager, I feel like, because he was wearing little flip-flops today and he's not. He's like almost a 3-nager in November. But I can't believe that. That's so crazy. Anywho, Kara on here, right? Look at Brittany Young. Like, we have lots of moms and dads that are part of this crew. And she said that she, since joining, has more pep in her step and has more energy. Because of Shakeology, she knows with Shakeology that she has more nutrients, that she can get in a meal. Being a mom, she can keep up with her 2-year-old, she said. I was like, that's a powerful testimony. What about the workouts? I asked her, I said, would it be possible for you to go to a gym with your 2 young kids? She said, absolutely not. And I said, that's another powerful resource that you have with Beachbody On Demand, being able to work out from home. Because she said as soon as she got pregnant, she quit. Before she made excuses, she identified that. That's huge. That's the story she can share one day to the person who's quitting and giving up because of this, and this. I would share that 100% and say, man, I was wrong. Man, that's not me anymore. I don't let my excuses guide my life anymore. In fact, I'm taking a stand. And mamas, those of you who are trying to cling to your excuses, they're not serving you, right? They're not serving you. I want to show you what will. And she was beginning to talk about it, and I said, well, what about the confidence piece? She said, it sucks gaining weight. Can anyone agree with that? Who in here has ever gained weight, like a significant amount, maybe 10 pounds, maybe 5, maybe 50, whatever that significance to you is? I gained 35. I felt like crap. It sucked, right? And she said, that sucks. And I was like, that's a post. And I told Sydney, I said, I almost feel like posting is like therapy. It allows me to heal from my journey, but it also allows me to connect with others through my journey. I am no longer that person because I'm growing, but I can title this, Gaining Weight Sucks. So instead of being frustrated about it, because I know in my life that frustration has never led me to a place of happiness, I decided to do something about it. I'm joining a confidence movement that is not only going to help me not continue to gain weight, it's going to help me get in better shape, but not just with my body, with my mind, because honestly, you guys, that's where I need the most help right now. I just made a post for you, Sydney, right? Like, that's true. That's the story you shared with me. You said that you've ripped yourself to shreds, that you've hated this about your body, your legs, you've hated this part about your body, this part about your life, right? That doesn't serve you. And that gets to be your story now because you're here. You've stepped into a new lifestyle, and coaching doesn't make our lives perfect. It gives us more armor for when life hits. So that's really cool that you're stepping into happiness. You're stepping into taking action to feel better about yourself. You're stepping into wanting to feel more confident. You're going in the right direction. And we were talking about how hard it can be to share your story, right? Do you guys remember that first time you shared? Or that transformation you were embarrassed by? Abso-freaking-lutely. I remember that. I had to walk away from my computer. I said to Sydney, Sydney, who would you rather follow? Do you want to follow these types of people that are literally fist pumping you, Sydney, for one being here? Dana, when you got on, people are like, Dana, what's up, right? How you doing, girl? You're back. We're ready for you. You're halfway to Emerald. That's freaking awesome. I would rather hang out with those kind of people that make me feel good, that don't project their opinions and negativity on me. And so it's so crazy how much power we give to other people that don't want to be better. We give all this power into the future of potential people making fun of us, potential people judging us. But honestly, if they want to spend their time doing that, I don't want to follow those type of people anyway. I want to follow the innovators, the ones who want to make a difference, the people that want to help people. For all of you guys who are wanting to make a difference in people's lives, that's who I want to surround myself with. That every day, not only do you show up for yourself, but you do it in hopes of helping someone else as well. And that is so inspiring to me. I get so inspired by you that you would be willing to work on yourself so you can help other people feel better about themselves. That is so awesome. So as you're going with your story, Success Club is a big piece of this. And the only way to truly connect with people is to share your story organically and authentically. And how do you do that? Who were you? Who were you before this? What season of life are you going through right now? Coaching doesn't make you perfect. Coaching doesn't answer everything for you, but it gives you more armor. It gives you a fresh perspective. It gives you a different way to live. So when life hits, you know how to respond. You know how to bounce back quicker because you have a tribe of people who are breathing belief into you. That the old world you were a part of, that if you would have stopped, yes, maybe people would have judged you for that. That's not our tribe. We welcome you back and say, where have you been? We've missed you. We love you. Let's get going. We have people to help. That's the kind of tribe we are, right? So with that Success Club plan, with this plan of community groups, it all has to start with your story. So if you're feeling frustrated because you're not having a lot of traction, you got to dig in a little bit. Who are you wanting to help and why do you want to help them? What problems are you solving for them? Essentially, they would be your problems that you've had. So for Sydney, it might be, I don't have time. I think about Morgan Brill. I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to do that. I'm not dissing the gym. I think that Beachbody On Demand is a tool in our tool belt. I don't think it's to replace the gym. I don't think it's the ultimate thing of, sorry, you can't go to the gym because we have Beachbody On Demand. That's not how I feel. Take your Beachbody On Demand to the gym. Go to some classes. Do you, but just move your body, right? But for you, how does this solve a problem for you? Right. Yes, Bethany does. Exactly. So you have to go into this, your social media. First of all, people follow confident people, not perfect people, confident. You're confident in this process. You're confident in this tribe. You're confident in this community. You're confident in this business. You're confident in these products, right? Your transformation is the proof of that. So you don't have to brand Beachbody. In fact, don't. You don't have to brand Shakeology. When you brand yourself, but you do it consistently, people can rely on you. People want to follow committed people. People don't want to follow people who have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. People want to follow people who literally are changing and not stopping regardless if they join you or not. People get inspired by that. So what problems are you solving? In the comments below, could you share that? Maybe for me, if I was a teacher, I'm solving the problem of exhaustion, of burnout, of low finances. I can solve the problem of feeling too exhausted to go to the gym. I'm solving the issue of breakfast. They're running out the door. Shakeology is a perfect fit for that. I'm solving this problem of lack of energy. I'm also solving a problem of lack of confidence. I'm solving a problem with body bashing. So what problems are you solving for others? Because when they join you, you need to make sure that they know that you can solve their problem. If they are 35 pounds heavier, if they're living paycheck to paycheck, if they're exhausted, if they're burnt out, can you be the person to help them solve that problem? You don't need to hold hands, but you need to have a solution for them. Limited fitness. Yes, that is so cool. I love that, Lacey. Body bashing into self-love. Absolutely. So Carrie, that's what you brand. That's what you talk about. You talk about, what did that look like for you? What did body bashing feel like? Give a specific example. I remember one that I share is someone called me fat the other day, and it was me. Or I literally was talking about how Eric's like, I'm not talking to you anymore, because I was complaining about how bloated I felt. And I was like, it hit me. I was like, if Eric would talk to me the way that I was talking to myself, I would be devastated. I would be crushed. So that was a story I was able to share with body bashing, because it doesn't always go away. It pops up in our day-to-day life now, right? But because of the tools we've gotten, because of the journey we're on, we're able to minimize it. We're able to overcome it. We're able to heal faster. We're able to move past it. We're able to see past it. We're able to create more armor for when that stuff happens. Migraines, isolation, that is huge. Binge eating, infomercial junkie with no follow through. No follow through is a huge thing for me too. Or what about the start and stop person? I talk to so many people. My avatar really struggles with fear because they've tried everything and never stuck to it. So why would this work for them? The community. Like, that's the one thing that they didn't incorporate into all the things that they tried before. The common factor for all of their quote unquote failures was because they did it by themselves. That the reason that this is going to solve that for them is because they have a tribe. So isolation is huge on that. Time, confidence. David, thanks for sharing that, because I think men don't talk about that enough. Eric talks about that at home, and he talks about that with me, and I didn't realize that that is a burden men have. And I really honor that, and I'm really thankful that you're willing to share that. And maybe just even, it could be even that burden of feeling like the provider, you know, being the dad, being the husband that you have. I feel like men put so much pressure on their shoulders that this is another way that you can help your family. Solving the problem of overcoming adversity, yes, and finding the beauty in their journey. Anxiety, OCD, overcoming. And maybe Liz and I always talk about this, is that we didn't know people like us could be doing something like this. We saw struggle, we saw limitations, we saw bounced checks, we saw an empty fridge. Literally, my brother told me once, he said, Julianne, do you ever open your fridge now as an adult and like take a deep sigh in gratefulness? And I said, yes, because we didn't have a full fridge growing up. And so now knowing it's loaded with healthy food and that there's always food there is literally a gift to me that I don't take for granted. That we didn't know, Liz and I didn't know that people like us could be doing this and making money. So what we struggle with is guilt of that we shouldn't have that we shouldn't be blessed with this. We should struggle all the time. And this journey has taught us that that is utter BS. That those limiting beliefs that we thought are no longer things that serve us. And that is a huge thing to our community and who we specifically talk to. Fear of failing, absolutely. And Turner, maybe it's, first of all, you guys are reading Failing Forward with your team. That's an excellent book to take quotes out of, because what I've learned in this journey is that you're on the right track when things get hard. You're on the right track when obstacles happen. In fact, what got me here over the last 4 years was because of hardships. It wasn't because I blinked and voila, it happened. It was like, whoa, I didn't quit. Whoa, I remember those hard times. I remember not being unsure. And I just kept going, and I acquired a lot of grit along the way. Then now I look at failure as a freaking good thing versus this thing I need to avoid. A lot of people try to avoid struggle. They try to fight for mediocrity. They try to fight for complacency. They try to fight for normal, but you guys, normal doesn't make you feel alive. Normal is boring. Normal doesn't grow you. When you are faced with an obstacle and you look at it straight on and say, I own you, let's go, and you move through it, you acquire so much power when you do that. And it's crazy because I think that you guys do face obstacles, but you don't even realize it because you're not focused on the obstacle. You're focused on how you're going to get through it. And that's the difference. Looking for attention and recognition. Oh, girl. Eric Condia and Julianne Slane at the time, as friends, going to the bar, it was not good. Like, it's almost painful to look at pictures of myself knowing what my thoughts were. You may not see it in my smile or the outfit I was wearing, but in my head, I was like, who can notice me and make me feel good? Because I don't feel good. And seeking validation. that would just lead to so much emptiness. It's crazy. Anxiety and depression, absolutely. I was just telling Sydney that every night before bed, I would cry myself to sleep. And maybe every 6 months, I'll you know, when you're about to close your eyes, all the thoughts start happening. Your heart starts racing. The elephant that sits on your chest is heavier than ever. You start worrying. How am I going to pay that bill? How am I going to do this? And it just gets tighter and tighter and heavier, and you cannot sleep. That might happen to me every 6 months. And I look at it as a blessing because I used to live every day of my life like that. I can take a night because that night reminds me of what my life used to be like. It almost humbles me. It almost makes me so much aware of how much growth I've experienced because of that. Stuck in what the statistics told us. Yes. I remember a guy wouldn't date me, or we were dating, and they said, I can't date you anymore because your parents are divorced. So that means if we were to ever get married, we would get divorced. I'll never forget it. Paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, my memories on Facebook make me cringe. Such a beautiful thing though, Brittany, because then it just reminds you of your journey. Absolutely. Feeling like I can't because close people around me tell me that. Tell you what, Kristen, can you type that in? Thank Course Queen. Thank you, Liz, for bringing that up to everybody on this call, and that it's recorded and will be forever in history. It's true. That's what I was called. Fitness saved me from my divorce, and PD. Oh, Lacey, that's huge. Thanks for sharing that. I honor that. And PD is helping me get over the shame. Yes, we deal with shame. Shame is such a real thing. I can't lose weight. Talk about that. Gaining weight sucks. But you know what sucks? Not doing anything about it. Having a bad mindset sucks. So even though it's hard for me to lose weight right now, at least I'm surrounding myself around people who breathe belief into me. That even though where I'm feeling right now kind of sucks, I know I'm going to get through it because the people I'm surrounding myself with, what I'm doing every day, because you know what? I don't just work out to lose weight anymore. It's my sanity. It's the thing that gives me more confidence. What did Sydney say today? She said, I said this to her. I said, did you find all your confidence? Was your confidence tied to weight? Was your confidence tied to a number? That Kristen, being a part of this crew now, you know that your confidence is tied to how you feel and who you surround yourself with and how you live your life. That no number will ever give you the kind of confidence that digging into personal development will. That the type of people you surround yourself with will, if that makes sense. So as you're going through this is the kind of thing you share. Now, you don't have to be sharing all this deep stuff all the time, but your story is the thing that is going to genuinely speak to someone else. It's your story with, yeah, gaining weight effing sucks. I hate it. I'm a coach. I should be losing weight like just by drinking my water. That's not reality. So take that pressure off of you. Take these bricks that you guys are laying on yourself and take them off. Give yourself the power to realize that your vulnerability of not being perfect is your power. That whatever you struggle with is the thing people are silently struggling with. And if you bring that to light, they'll be brought into the light. That they'll be like, dang, I love that you're working out even though you're not losing weight. That's totally shifting my perspective of being so obsessed with numbers, because Kristen, your story isn't to get people to be obsessed with numbers. Your story isn't for people to be obsessed with losing weight. I've started hashtagging this and I didn't know if anyone would notice. I was kind of insecure about it. Was lose weight fast. I've been putting that on my hashtags. And I didn't want anyone to think, and it's this whole like not, being in judgmental, but the reason I wanted to hashtag that is because I want the person who wants to lose weight fast. I want to help them because that was me. I wanted to lose weight fast. I want them, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this. I want them to work with me because I want to show them what this is really about. So maybe you guys do want to lose weight fast. Own up to that. And say, man, I have some growing to do. Do you hate your cellulite? Do you hate certain things about your body? Do you hate certain things about your mindset? Men, do you really struggle with feeling like you have to provide everything? Do you put all that pressure on yourself? Who's taught you that? Kara, I can't even. I can't. Like, so darn cute. Do you guys just wish your kids would be like 18 so they can just sign up as coaches? Yes, absolutely. But you're like, no, I don't want them to be 18. Question number 2, before we really dig into community, is this. Yeah, he's going to date Liv one day, Morgan. Why does someone need to join you? Oh my gosh, Ashley, Pippin does need to sign up, and Wyatt does too. He would be the worst coach ever. Why does someone need to join you? Brittany. Why do they need to join you? Not Beachbody, not Team Happy and Fit, but you. What do you offer someone? I was listening in a podcast today that to be really good at something like this is that you have to genuinely connect with people and believe in what you're quote unquote selling. We're selling a lifestyle, you guys. That's pretty kick-ass if you ask me. But you also have to lead them. So what do you offer? What sets you apart? Why does someone need to join you? That you'll never quit on them? I think for me, I'm the most consistent person. Not competing with you. That's not what I'm saying. In my own self, I'm like, someone would want to join me because I'm committed. Someone told me the other day, they said, Julianne, you're really relentless in not allowing me to fail. Because she keeps going back and forth with her journey and I keep showing up in her life. I'm committed. I'm committed to helping people and I'm committed to believing in people, but I'm not going to hold hands with people. I am not going to drag them along, but I am going to show up every single day for them. So list out in the comments below, why should someone work with you? And this is what I need you to do. I need you to get super detailed with this. I need you to think of 6 things. Why should someone work with you? It's going to get harder as you go on. And that 6th thing is the thing. Because this is something you can rattle off to someone. Someone messages you and they're like, Liz, I would love more information on your next group or your community. And you'll be like, sweet, I want to give you more details, but I need to tell you 6 reasons why you need to join me. I need to give you 6 reasons why I'm the person you need to work with. I need to let you know why it is that you should do this with me. Could you imagine the value in that? In your commitment to saying, this is why you need to join me, I'm never going to let you quit. That I'm so consistent that it is my mission for you to feel better about yourself. I want to teach you how to bounce back from adversity. I feel like I'm really good at tackling obstacles. Why are they going to work with you? And why would they want to? And that is huge. I can listen to you. Yep. I will call you out, but also shout you out. So Bridget, something you can say to them is, hey, I just want to let you know if you work with me, I'm going to be the person that's going to call you out. When I see you not showing up, I'm going to call you out. And that's why do you know people need that? They need that accountability. And that they're going to honor that from you and be really appreciative of that. I will be there for you when you need me the most. I will continue to check in on you every week. Yes, I'm not going to let you talk yourself out of this. I'm not going to let you self-sabotage. Everything you've done up until this point has not worked with you or for you. And I want to show you that working with me is going to be different because you're not doing this alone, right? Listen, learn, accountability, consistent, positive perspective. Kente, I love that. And solutions for adversity. Yes, that you can create solutions for them when they have problems, that you're able to help them work through it. That levels you up. Call out the excuses, real life gut checks. Yes, gut checks. Yes. We laugh a lot. I will not forget you. I'll be so intentional with you. I won't leave you behind. I don't promise easy or quick, but I guarantee results. Hell to the freaking yes. I will help you develop armor that will combat any adversity you may face. And if I don't have the answer, I'll help you figure it out. I honor and encourage your process, that I'm going to meet you where you're at, that I'm not wanting you to change overnight, that I'm wanting you to really grow into loving who it is that you are. I will not let you fail. Positive community where you can fail and succeed openly. Absolutely. And I want to teach you that failure isn't a bad thing. Liz, maybe it's if you're talking to a mom, maybe it's I want to teach you how to be an active mom. If you guys follow Liz's stories, she's present with Beckham. She's playing with Beckham. She's swinging on the swings with Beckham. She's not sitting on the bench away from him. She's playing with him. Most moms don't have that type of energy, and she's pregnant. So maybe if you're talking to the mom, is like, I want to make you feel more alive as a mom, but also show you that self-care is the best gift you can give yourself as a mom. That the reason you need to work with me is because I don't want you to think that you have to spend every waking minute with your children without taking time for yourself. If you work with me, I am committed to showing you how to feel more alive as a mom, but not just be a mom. Do you guys I just make up stuff all the time. Like, this is me just making it up. But like, was it good? Like, I'm not like throwing BS at you. I just am speaking from my heart, and I just feel like God's like using me today. But do you guys feel like, do you get frustrated if people just call you one thing, like you're only a mom? I felt that as a teacher. It's like, I'm not just a teacher. But then I was like, but who else am I? I like didn't know. I didn't know who else I was. But I wanted to be other things than just a teacher. I just realized how tan I am. Yes! But do you guys struggle with that? Like being one thing? So Liz, I'm just thinking, man, like the depth you can go with that if you're talking to a mom. If you're a teacher or a nurse, how can you list in your 6 things why a nurse would need to work with you? So why a mom would need to work with you? Why someone who's engaged would need to work with you? Why someone who's single would need to work with you? Why a husband needs to work with you? Why a dad needs to work with you? Why ... Someone who is busy and has a lot of things on their plate needs to work with you. So as you're working with the person, tailor it to them and not just generic. Definitely list things out. Like mine are really generic, but I just got this light bulb moment of like, man, I need to dig deeper in this based on who I'm talking with. So on my survey, if someone's filling out a form to join my group, I have a couple of questions on there, like what do you struggle with? I put time, money, confidence, fitness, nutrition. And so if they write money on there, I should list my 6 things tied to the things that they put on that form. Does that make sense? Like the reason I want you to work with me is because you're going to get the best deal and investment on your health and wellness, money back guaranteed. That I will help you get your money back if this doesn't work for you. Do you think someone would like to hear that working with me if their limitation is money? Or maybe it's, hey, the reason I really feel like you should work with me is because I want to show you how to do this for the best price, but the best results. So tailor it to the person that you're talking with. It's going to add a whole lot of value. Do you guys have any questions on that in the comments below? Did you learn something? I'm going to really dig into community groups, but I really wanted to talk a little bit about this because I just see a shift. From Summit, the momentum is insane. And if you guys can keep narrowing it down in your story, the more connections you're going to make in authenticity. And the reason I've been thinking about this, by the way, you guys, we're becoming officially a 7-star team on Thursday. It's locked in. I'm so proud. Way to go. Like I could cry thinking about, I can't even think about it right now. I'm not going to think about it right now. But I was thinking about that. The 7 leaders that have created that, plus all of their coaches, this is a team effort. I was thinking the loyalty in that. I was thinking the fight for that. I was thinking about all of the people who are making this happen and how committed they are to making this happen, that they genuinely want success for other people. And I was thinking, like, why is it like that? That I have a tribe of people that are willing to be in my corner just as much as I'm willing to be in their corner. Why is that? It's because I'm narrow and I speak my story and I attract the right people who are meant to be with me in life, not just in business. And that is why so deeply it is in my heart to help you craft this to where you attract people you are proud of, that you attract people that literally light your soul on fire, that you attract people that are going to be in your corner too. Because I know you're going to be in everybody else's corner. That's why you're here. You want to make a difference. Oh gosh, yes. Brittany, yeah, we can do it. It's a decision. Okay, I gotta stay focused. But wouldn't you guys want people to be in your corner, not just in business, but in life? I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, I literally I'm so taken back by how much I love this team. And why is that? I don't know if everyone else feels this way in the network, but I know the reason that I do is because people that decide to do this are people I really love and like. And I know that's not a secret. I know it's because I share my story and attract people that are like me. And people that I believe in life, that I want to help them get fit at life, that I believe so much in them, that there's this loyalty. It's this, I just remember the first time I talked to a group of leaders and said, hey, would you be willing to do this? It's so scary to ask other people to go with a goal for you because it almost feels selfish. And I remember how they right away, we're in. You've always been in our corner is what they said. You've always fought for us. It's time for us to fight with you too. And I just remember being like, how did I get so lucky? I don't think it's a secret though, because I genuinely am so proud of the community that we have. And I just really believe it's because of how I've put myself out there. I do believe it's how you put yourself out there. Morgan Brill says, I have the most committed and loyal team of coaches. She says that all the time. Liz Colborn talks so highly of her entire team. And it's never just about business. It's about life. And I just think about that. And I just think about how special that really is, that they feel that way. And it just lights my soul on fire. So community groups. I have to segue. Somehow I'm going to segue into this. Community groups. I can definitely ask questions or answer questions on this. I'm really pushing this. Community groups is something you need to be proud of. If your group is not working right now, I encourage you to rebrand. I encourage you, if you have this group that you are not excited about, or you're trying to turn it into a community group, give yourself the permission to start over. Maybe the people who it's filled with are people who are not willing to invest in themselves, that you're so much in their corner that they're not willing to be in their own corner, right? Give yourself the permission to rebrand and start over, first and foremost. Because I know some of you are trying to launch this and you're like, start over. And when you're launching your community, who do you want it to be filled with? What type of people do you want in there? Do you want people who are loaded with excuses? Do you want people who are not willing to fight for themselves? Or do you want people who are scared but they're willing to overcome it? Do you want people who have been watching you for a long time and finally connected to your story, get in there? Do you want someone who's in there that needs to lose 50 pounds? I'm launching in my community group this idea because I was thinking about, I just have been in really reflective mode lately, is, okay, Julianne, what did you crave before this? To lose weight quickly. And I was like, what would your community want? To lose 10 pounds. If they lost 10 pounds, they would get committed. If they lost 10 pounds, they're in this for life. How many of you have lost 10 pounds on this call? And that you were literally like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that just happened. I'm like, I don't even know how it happened, but it happened and I'm in. This has changed my life. 10 pounds gives you way more energy, my friends. Just losing 10 pounds, right? And I was like, dang, when I made that post in my group, hey, group, who needs to lose 10 pounds? Who wants to lose 10 pounds? It has been a little quiet in there. Me. Text messages, filling out forms. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds. There's something to this. On my Facebook, yeah, they see your really inspiring stories, Julianne, but you, mofo, have lost 35 pounds and I'm still feeling like crap. So you suck, right? That's probably what they're thinking. And I'm like, what if I marketed my community of, hey, we're going to lose 10 pounds? It has been blowing up in my messages, my social media, my event page, my forms of interest. Because why? My avatar wants to lose weight quickly, but I'm going to teach them how can they lose 10 pounds the right, healthy way, but stick it out. Because I've lost 10 pounds before this journey and I quit and I gained it all back and some. So that's my avatar. That's my avatar. So in my group, I want a group of people who want to lose 10 pounds. And I'm going to teach them how to do this the right way. I'm going to teach them mindset. So that's how I'm marketing my community. My community is still the Struggle Detox Collaborative, but I made an event page and it says, lose 10 pounds and gain confidence and self-care or self-love. I launched that event page. I went live about the lose the 10 pounds. I've been making posting. I want to help 10 women lose 10 pounds each. This is how I'm marketing what it is that I'm doing, but then they're going to come into my community and I'm going to run it the way I want to run it. Does that make sense? So I'm also marketing it. I'm like Struggle Detox. Totally, that's what I'm about. We've got to get rid of this body bashing. We've got to get rid of this. We've got to get rid of this struggle that we place in our life. But to the person who's still on the couch that's overweight and exhausted, they're too tired to want to get rid of struggle. They're embracing the struggle. They're loving the struggle because they're too lazy to change. To be honest, like that was me, right? They just talked about it but weren't about it. So I was like, how can I get in their heads? Lose 10 pounds. That's all I said. They're going to have to work for this, but they're going to do it and it's going to be awesome. So my question for you is, who do you want in that group? What is your person struggling with? What's their problem? Address the problem and you have a solution. Your solution is your community. So what is it? What do you need to market? And this really hit home for me too in the National Wake Up Call. Don't overpromise through your marketing. Do not guarantee things that you're not willing to put the work in behind the scenes with people. Do not bring on people and leave them. I know that's not our tribe, but think about it. If you hate your community and you're doing everything you can to post on social media to get people into your community, you're not serving them. So, Dana, so glad you watched the National Wake Up Call. That is what's up. It was so good. So you have to rebrand your community. Maybe it's completely starting over. So my community is on Facebook. There's no start date, there's no end date, but I run a theme every month. So on the 16th, I said, ladies, we're going to go on a journey of losing 10 pounds. I'm not losing 10 pounds, but I've been in this for a long time and I'm in the trenches with you. I've lost 10 pounds before. I want to teach you how to lose 10 pounds. So that's where I come in. I'm not trying to lose 10 pounds. So I'm coming in with my journey to help them do it. And what we're going to do on the 16th is I'm going to go through the happiness advantage. This is Sean Anker's book from Summit. And I'm just going to talk about happiness, but I'm also going to do a fun little challenge of 2 pounds at a time and implementing 2B mindset with my group. Having them pick a program, having them look at this as 2 pounds at a time. My best friend Hannah has lost 4 pounds since last time I checked in with her in a week. And I was like, what changed for you, Hannah? She's like, I don't know. And I was like, I think you just made the decision. I've been texting her every day. Did you get your workout in? What are you doing? How are you having fun? She loves Energize. She's loving the beach bars and she's using my Beachbody on demand, right? She has Shakeology already. And I'm like, if I can help Hannah do that, I can help a group of women do that. So for me, that's how I'm marketing it. And in my group, I'm doing a 2-week challenge. I'm not going to say day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, because anyone can join me at any time. I don't want them joining my group and it says day 5. So I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as my post. Does that make sense? It's not going to have a date on it. It could have the date, but not day. And then I'm just going to say my little content and blow it up. With my community, I email them every single week. A lot of you have been asking, Julianne, what do you email? You guys, I just email about life. So in my next email, I'm going to say, who's in for the lose the 10 pounds challenge? Or I'm going to send them a motivational quote, a story from my week. I'm probably going to talk about community and how empowering it is to be connected together. That, hey, sister, if you're struggling, I want to help you get more armor in that area. I'm going to send them a motivational song I love. I just talk about life in my emails. Does that make sense? They're quick, they're easy, and they're intentional. And I also text my challengers. I Facebook message, but the way I definitely communicate with them, because you know how not everyone posts in your group? They get an email from me once a week. And I try to put questions at the end of my email. So questions such as, what are your goals for the week? What was a struggle you had this last week? What do you want to be intentional with this week? It could even be, what are 3 things you're grateful for? Who is one person you want to text to tell them you love them and you care about them that you haven't talked to in a while? Maybe you do a letter writing challenge in your email. Say, hey, this week I challenge you to write a letter and to send it to someone you love. Send me a message back with who that was to. Maybe it's, hey, I want to challenge you to smile and make eye contact with one random stranger a day. It's impossible for people to not smile or feel good when you intentionally smile at them. It could be, hey, I want to do this little challenge with you, like whatever, and just being intentional. How was your weekend? Tell me one fun thing you did. Send me a picture of your weekend. In my emails, I'm just like that. There's no formality. There's no consistency based on what I say. It's just how I feel in that moment. Does that make sense? The really cool thing with Google Gmail is you can schedule out your email. So typically on Friday, if I'm doing my power hour, I will schedule out my email and it'll automatically send on Sunday in the morning. If you're traveling, it's perfect. I was out of town this last weekend, so I scheduled my email to go out on Sunday when I didn't have any service. Your community group needs to be led by your enthusiasm and your commitment to your own journey. That you need to make people feel a certain way. So maybe you do a live for 5 in your group and you just share your heart with them. Maybe you share a lesson you've learned for the day. Maybe you talk about what you're grateful for. Maybe you talk about why you're loving at-home workouts. Maybe you share some fun ingredients of Shakeology and why it's changed your life. Talk about why you love the group. Tell them why you love each other. And then even in your emails, I'll say, hey, can you commit to posting once a day this week? Do something like that. Or when someone messages you results, say, hey, can you go post that in our group? Let your group know that you're rebranding. Let your group know this is what you're doing. Maybe you're going to shut down the group you have and you can send everyone an email or a message saying, hey, I'm shutting this group down. If you want to really get serious about your commitment, I want to let you know what I'm doing. I'm opening up a new community and this is what is going to be required. These are 6 reasons why I think you should do it. It's entirely up to you, and then you can give them the link to join it, especially if your group is dead. If your group is dead, it's time to turn over and make it alive. And there's different ways you can do that. You can rejuvenate the one you have, or you can make a new one. I think I love community groups because there's no start date and no end date. It's just a community. Just like our team is. Do you guys love our team? Do you think it's the best team ever? Me too. I really do. Like, I think it's the greatest. And it didn't just turn out like that. Someone told me, they said, Julianne, how do you lead? Like, how did you get the team to be like this? I said, well, one, you can't force it. You can't force people to do things. But you can love them hard and you can love yourself hard. If you can lead yourself, you can lead others. But it all starts with you. What is your journey looking like? Be honest. In the group, be like, guys, I feel like a fraud. I've been encouraging you guys to work out and I haven't worked out in 5 days. This sucks. I need to change. One, that's going to give them permission to be like, me too, I didn't want to let you down. Let's start over. Like, where are you struggling in your life? Share that with your crew. Leaders are not made. Or they're not like created. Does that make sense? Maybe, wait, I said this wrong. They're not created, they're made. They rise above. You believe in people. So in your groups, you have to be the person that is working on yourself the hardest instead of trying to force everybody else to get results. That is the same thing when it comes to leadership in this business. A lot of people ask, Julianne, how is your team kicking so much ass? It's not just me. There are levels and levels and levels and levels of success on Team Happy and Fit. And why is that? Because I can lead myself. And because I've led myself, Liz Colburn can lead herself. And because Liz can lead herself, Ashley can lead herself. And because Ashley's leading herself, Carrie can lead herself. Then Kente, right? And it just keeps on going. You have to have a sincere gut check with yourself. Are you getting results? I'm not just talking physical, and if you know me, you know my heart. You have to be working on yourself, growing yourself, becoming the best version of yourself, not focusing on the frustration or the lack or the slack, but focusing on the blessing. Bitterness and blessing cannot exist together. Success and frustration can't exist together. Pure happiness and doubt can't exist together. That stuff is going to happen, but how are you going to move through it? And that's your story. If you can continue to grow yourself, continue to shift your mindset, have these small wins, gain more confidence, you can show people how you're doing it by modeling it. And that's how you lead a successful team, is you can lead yourself and you believe in people. You don't force it. You don't force it. You just allow it to grow because you're a believer and a lover of people. So with your groups, you can't force it to automatically be this amazing thing. It's not going to be. It's going to be a seed you're planting, and it's going to take a lot of watering, a lot of sun, and a lot of love. And if you continue to show up for yourself, they're going to show up too. But you have to believe in them and not force it to be something it's not yet. What are your questions about community groups? I gave a little bit of love and leadership is levels deep. It is. We have so much success. I'm not the only one making income in this business and on this team. Kara isn't the only person on her team that's making income. Dana's getting a paycheck this week. It goes levels deep, you guys. It's amazing when you can massively believe in other people. Your community starts with you and who do you want in it and what do you want it to look like, but you have to model that. And people may not show up yet, but teach them how to think, teach them how to be in that community. So when people are joining you, give them expectations. Be relentless in how you show up in there. Julianne, you mentioned reading The Happiness Advantage. Do you have all your challengers reading it? No, I don't actually. I'm just going to post some content each day and say, hey, what I'm reading today is this. You can totally gift it. I've done that before. I've gifted Girl Wash Your Face. I've gifted Mastering Your Mean Girl. I've gifted those, but my avatar in the beginning of their journey hates reading. She'll learn to love it. I literally have read more books than I could count this year already. Like, it's ridiculous. I've fallen in love with personal development, but my avatar is just trying to get out of bed in the morning. So they won't read it. They'll have all the intention in the world and be so grateful I sent it to them, but it's just going to collect dust. So no, I'm not sending it to them or having them read it. So I'll just I'll give it credit. And just share, like, this is what I learned today. But I think the biggest thing is people are not moved by your content, they're moved by your heart. And so when you're in your community, what do you want it to feel like? What do you want it to look like? And do you have people in there that are a waste of space? I know that sounds weird and kind of harsh, but do you honestly have people in there that are not doing anything? Tell them you're going to kick them out. Say, hey, I just want you to know, like, I want you to be a part of this. Let me know when a good time would be and make them decide. Like, you guys create the rules. If people are literally doing nothing in there, tell them, hey, I noticed you haven't been doing anything. This is not how our group is going to be ran. This is not how you're going to get your best results. And maybe you start a new one and say, this is what you need to do. I'm not saying you need to post every day, but I need you to do something to show me that you're committed, because I'm committed to you. I'm committed to leading you. I am committed to serving you, but it's hard to do that when I can't hear from you. So put that in their corner. Any other questions that you have? Are you guys excited about the community groups? It just makes so much sense. I hope one day I can talk on a national wake-up call. I think that this would be my topic. Challenge groups versus community groups, because I love Team Happy and Fit so much, and it wasn't always like that. Because it was Team Extreme, no one said anything, no one did anything. It was just me. I hit Success Club and I'd go Emerald over and over again. It was just me, myself, and I, and people who were just sitting in there. And then I changed it to Team Happy and Fit, and it just roared after like a year of nothing. And I was like, I didn't give up on it. I didn't focus on the lack or the frustration. I just focused on getting better. If something's not working, how can I make it better? I was so hungry for just wanting to make it work. I know, Team Extreme. Is there an app for community groups? So I'm just using a Facebook group, just like we have Team Happy and Fit. You can use my challenge tracker and open it up for a year. I don't like being in a tracker. I don't feel as connected. I like Facebook better. Sam, what's up?
Okay, really fast. So since we're like moving to the community groups, I've tried a couple different things in challenge groups, but you do have a lot of people that are in yours. So do you find the best thing for you is to just, you do your daily post that you want people, communicating with you on, but then people are just throwing in sweaty selfies, shakes, pictures whenever, and then you just kind of backtrack and try to like as much as you can?
Yeah, I don't want my community to base run on the pressure that I have to respond back to everything, because that's in Happy and Fit. I don't feel like I have to. I always comment on new coaches, and I always comment on when someone does a shout out for someone, but I don't always answer all the questions, and I don't always comment on every post in Happy and Fit. You'll notice it. I'm very intentional with what I comment on in there. And you can go to the pictures and see, you can see welcome graphics and you can see shout outs. So I'm good with my time. I'm not trying to search for things. I click the photos and I can see, because I want Team Happy and Fit to be ran without me. And it is. It's a well-oiled machine. You guys post in there all the time. You guys make it alive in there. You post motivational quotes. You post podcasts. You make it work. And that's how I want my community to be.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And so I encourage as many people as I can in there, but I don't feel like on all the comments I have to be, when you guys share your goals, I'm not commenting on every single one, because I shouldn't be the person that makes that happen. I should believe in you, but you have to be the deliverer of that. And you guys could disagree with that. And if you do, maybe you like the intentionality. Me, that's not how I am. So if you disagree with that, do the opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have to find something that works for you and you have to run with it. The way I do things, when at Team Rockstar Fit Day, we all realized we were doing community groups. That's not what they were called. They were just called our groups. And I was like, these are community groups. But did you notice that all four of us all had a different vision for ours? We all led them and lead them differently. I want you to lead them in your way. So if there's something I'm saying that's not quite adjusting to how you feel, lean into that and do what feels right for you. Any other questions before we get off? Was this helpful? So branding it, brand a feeling, brand what the problem is, brand how you have a solution, and get people in your community and lead them hard. You have a space for them. So for me, I don't just say like Team Happy and Fit. It's like, you have to join this community. Oh, this like group of people are going to be so amazing in your life, right? That's how I lead it. And then they learn more about Happy and Fit once they're in it. Does that make sense? Sweet. I'm going to hit